First, briefly describe the character you play in the film, and in what ways are you similar and different from the character that you play?
The character that I play, Valentina, is a woman of wisdom and age. She's learned a lot living in that ghetto area. She was married to Doc, who used to own the candy store where the Jets hung out. She's now taken over, and she is his widow. She has a great relationship with Tony, our young leading man, Ansel Elgort, and takes care of him. She mothers him. And she has apparently invited him to live downstairs in the basement where all the Coke bottles are and all the prescription drugs and stuff like that. That's part of her. She has enormous dignity, and I said wisdom, and she's very, very different from Anita, folks. This is not Anita. This is a woman who sees a lot and thinks a lot. And I actually get to sing the most beautiful song in the world in it somewhere, which was a big surprise to me and thrilled me to pieces. I cried when I saw that in the script. My favorite song.
Please talk about some of the specific things you contributed as an executive producer on the film.
Oh, lots of things, because I contributed a lot because that was my role as executive producer. And I think, I know that Stephen was doing the very smart thing to get someone who is Hispanic, Latina, and who knows that scene, who knows the struggle. That was very important to him. We talked a great deal about that. And in fact, he was so touched by it that he asked me to tell the kids, both gangs, the actors, what it was like being I hadn't done my documentary at that time. So I told them, I talked a lot about that. And I had a say in the tempo of America, which I thought was being conducted too fast. And even though the dancer said, well, we can do it, I said, you can do it this fast, but you'll be a little bit sloppy because it's too fast. And they said, oh, yeah. So there were things like that, all kinds of stuff constantly. And I danced with them just for the hell of it. It's a miracle I didn't break a knee or something.
What was the experience like for you seeing Ariana DeBose portray Anita, the character you won your Oscar for 6 years ago?
It was so strange to see Ariana DeBose playing Anita, the role that really got me an Oscar and a Golden Globe. And I had to put her at her ease. She was apparently extremely nervous to meet me, and she hid herself among all the kids. And I said, okay, because I knew her name by then. I said, where is Ariana? And everybody pointed, there she is. She was really hiding. And I said, we have to have lunch together. This was the very first day I attended rehearsals, and I was in New York for wardrobe fittings. So it was just the very first day. And I tried to put her at her ease. And I really didn't want to tell her how to play that part. What I said was, you have to play your Anita. That's your obligation, nothing else. And then they gave her a little hint of something that I didn't do that I wish I had in acting terms. And I said, this is a little gift for you. You can use it or not. That's up to you. And she did. It was an acting thing. And I don't want to say the scene because then everybody will be looking for that. That would be unfair to her.
And last question, was there anything about the experience of making this film that surprised you or was different than you expected it to be?
What a good question. What surprised me and what did I not expect? Let me put it this way. When I first saw the movie completed in a screening room, something interesting happened to me as I was watching very carefully as someone who hadn't seen the movie. But then they did the mambo at the gym, which is what we call it. And I started to cry. It's the only time I cried in the movie. And I started to cry because my daughter was with me. She says, why are you crying? This is so joyous. I said, because he got it right. Stephen got it right. the angles he was using. He loves to use cranes. And I said, he just knew what was needed for that scene. And that told me everything I needed to know about how the film was going to go. It was sheer bliss. Oh, sheer bliss. With him in the on the floor with his little viewfinder and a little stub of a cigar that he never smoked. And what do you think of this shot, Rita? And I say, oh, Stephen, that's gorgeous. He was like a child. He and as he says, he continues to say, he's never enjoyed anything quite as much in terms of joy and joyfulness as this film. And he didn't want it to be over either, because when I asked him to let me have as a gift the clapper, I said, can I do the clapper for the very, very, very last scene? And he said, yes. And we went 14 takes, and I was doing the clapper, take 2, take 3, take 4, and running out of the scene. And now he tells me yesterday that was on purpose because he didn't want it to be over. And because I was enjoying doing that so much.